Okay, let me take y'all back a couple years to the big 2017, right? Picture this. It's July, it's hot. You in LA, it's hot. 2017, mid-July. The Lakers have been wandering through the post-Kobe wilderness for years. They haven't made the playoffs since 2013. The franchise is desperate for hope. Send us a savior, please. Then the Summer League arrives. Lonzo Ball is throwing Magic Johnson style outlet passes. Kyle Kuzma looks like a future superstar. Josh Hart is making every winning play imaginable. 6'4", grabbing 64 rebounds. Alex Caruso is still an undrafted nobody. Thomas Bryant is dunking everything in sight. Brandon Ingram is beginning to look like the future of the franchise. And by the end of Las Vegas, the Lakers don't just win the championship, they look like they've accidentally assembled the NBA's next dynasty. The team finished by winning 6 straight games to capture the 2017 NBA Summer League title, with Lonzo Ball earning Summer League MVP honors after averaging 16 points, 9 assists, and 8 rebounds as a point guard. Fast forward nearly a decade, a whole 10 years. Not a single one of those players are still wearing purple and gold. Today, we're going to revisit arguably the greatest Summer League roster ever assembled and what eventually happened to each one of their stars. Now, everything began with Lonzo Ball. Coming into Summer League, the pressure was unbelievable, right? Magic Johnson had called him the future. His father, LaVar Ball, guaranteed championships. Every national sports show was watching every possession. His first game, a disaster. 5 points, 2 for 15 shooting. Social media exploded. People called him a bust. Until everything changed. Lonzo Ball responded with a triple-double. A 35-point explosion. Another triple-double. Summer League MVP. He completely transformed the Lakers offense. The passes, the pace, the rebounding. He looked like Jason Kidd mixed with a little bit of Magic Johnson. The shooting was inconsistent, but nobody cared because every possession became exciting. What eventually happened is that Lonzo Ball became a solid NBA point guard. Before the injuries, he was actually more than solid. He was a surefire thing, right? As far as point guards go. He was eventually traded to New Orleans in the Anthony Davis blockbuster trade, right? Later, he signed with Chicago. Unfortunately for Lonzo, the devastating knee injuries completely changed his career trajectory. Instead of becoming an all-star caliber point guard, injuries robbed him of several prime seasons. Yet, when healthy, he's still one of basketball's smartest defenders and best transition playmakers. Hope Lonzo Ball comes back from his injuries. Kyle Kuzma. Nobody expected Kyle Kuzma. He was drafted 27th. Even Lakers fans barely knew who he was. The Summer League started, and suddenly, Kyle Kuzma could not miss. Game after game, 20 points, 25 points, another 20, another 25. Then in the championship game, with Lonzo sitting out, Kuzma completely took over. 30 points, 10 rebounds, 6 three-pointers. He won championship game MVP and became the breakout star of Las Vegas. People started asking, did the Lakers actually steal the draft, right? Where is Kuzma today? Kuzma's career has been fascinating, to say the least. He helped the Lakers win the 2020 NBA championship alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Then he was traded to Washington. Since then, he's evolved from a complimentary scorer into a player capable of carrying an offense for stretches. He never became that franchise player, but he's built a long NBA career few expected after being selected 27th overall. And then you have the ultimate glue guy, Josh Hart. Josh Hart barely played. An ankle injury limited him to just 2 Summer League games. But even in limited action, you could already see it. Winning basketball, loose balls, defense, rebounding, leadership. Hart. Every coach loves players like Josh Hart. As far as his NBA career, Hart became one of the league's best best role players. After stops in New Orleans and Portland, he eventually found the perfect fit as a high-energy wing known for elite rebounding, hustle, and versatility. He never became he never became a star exactly, but he became the exact type of player championship teams want, right? And we saw that with the NBA Finals. Him alongside OG Anunoby, Jalen Brunson, and the crew won the NBA championship in 5 games over the San Antonio Spurs, right? And then success isn't always about scoring 30, and Josh Hart shows that, right? He does everything else that your team needs. And now Thomas Bryant. Thomas Bryant wasn't receiving much attention. Playing next to Lonzo changed everything. Ball constantly rewarded his rim runs. Bryant finished everything around the basket and showed flashes of stretching the floor. Bryant became a reliable NBA center, right? He enjoyed productive years with Washington before injuries slowed his momentum. Since then, he's become one of the league's dependable backup big men, continuing to carve out a role with his energy, rim running, and efficient scoring. And so not every second round pick lasts this long, but Thomas Bryant has been able to. And then we have the White Mamba Alex Caruso, from nobody to NBA champion. And now this may be the greatest story to come out of that Lakers 2017 run, right? Because nobody came to Vegas to watch Alex Caruso. He was undrafted. I mean, playing in the G League. You know, most people barely knew his name. And then Lonzo got hurt. Caruso stepped in, and suddenly he looked like an NBA point guard. He controlled the game, played elite defense, created offense, nearly averaged a double-double in his starts. And so for that, the Lakers rewarded him with his first two-way contract, right? And fast forward, he became one of basketball's most respected perimeter defenders, a key contributor to the Lakers 2020 championship, eventually earning all defensive honors and another championship later in his career, right, with OKC. Caruso became proof that Summer League isn't always about lottery picks, right? Sometimes the biggest gem isn't drafted at all. And then Brandon Ingram, the future that almost was. I thought he was about to be KD 2.0. I thought already during his second NBA season, Brandon Ingram played Summer League to continue, developing and whatnot. His flashes was obvious. The length, the shot creation, the defensive versatility, but he wasn't yet the player we later see, right? Then came the Anthony Davis trade. And I mean, we love you, Brandon Ingram, but Anthony Davis, you gotta go. Ingram became the centerpiece heading to New Orleans. And what happened next? He exploded, right? He developed into an all-star caliber scorer and one of the NBA's smoothest players. Like smooth. The Lakers gave him up, but they also won a championship because of that trade. So it's one of the rare deals where both sides found success. And then as far as the other future NBA players off of this 2017 Lakers Summer League team, what makes this roster truly unbelievable is how deep it was, right? David Nwaba carved out several NBA seasons as a defensive specialist. Ivica Zubac, Zubac became one of the league's most dependable starting centers, right? PJ Dozier earned meaningful NBA minutes. Matt Thomas developed into a respected shooter. Vanderbilt dominated the G League. Even role players from this Summer League team found professional success later on. And so looking back on why this team was so special, this wasn't just a good Summer League team. It was essentially an NBA roster, right? Essentially an NBA roster if you think about it. And, you have Brandon Ingram, star, a Summer League MVP in Lonzo Ball, a future NBA champion in Kyle Kuzma, multiple champions between Alex Caruso and Thomas Bryant, one of the NBA's premier glue guys in Josh Hart, a long-term starting center in Ivica Zubac, right? And that's an absurd amount of NBA talent just in a Summer League game, right? Very few Summer League rosters have ever produced that many long-term contributors, which is why fans still remember the 2017 group so fondly. And the craziest part is that the Lakers actually drafted and developed an incredible young core, but almost none of them stayed. Lonzo, Ingram, Hart, Bryant, Caruso, Zubac, Kuzma. Almost everyone eventually left Los Angeles. And yet, the Lakers still won an NBA championship in 2020 because those assets helped land Anthony Davis. So was it worth it? Most Lakers fans would say yes. A championship is forever, right? But still, it's impossible not to wonder what this group could have became if they had all stayed together, right? Maybe they never win a title. Maybe they become a perennial contender. We'll never know. But one thing is certain. For a few unforgettable weeks in Las Vegas in 2017 in July, and it was hot, the 2017 Summer League Lakers looked like basketball's next great dynasty. And nearly every player on that roster went on to prove that the hype wasn't just Summer League magic. Talk to me, people.